What's going on, Warriors? So I'm bringing you guys with me today. Going to a different gym today. We're gonna be at Fusion Fitness. I'm hitting an arm day, because you guys know I say every day is arm day. So we're gonna hit arm day. We got some HIIT classes in there too. If you guys are ever in the area, make sure you guys come check it out. So we're gonna jump in today, a little bit of an arm day, just get it pumped up, baby, because you guys know I need some t-shirts that say every day is arm day, right? So I'm gonna show you guys the gym. We're gonna walk around, we're gonna do a workout. You guys are gonna do what I do. So we're gonna keep the blood sugar levels stable. We're gonna get everything going and just make it happen, all right? So yeah, I should probably take my jacket off, right? There we go. All right, let's get it rolling. What's going on, Warriors? So we're gonna dive in today. Today is arm day, and you guys heard me say last time, every day is arm day. We gotta pump it up. So today we're gonna do a little bit of arms. Gonna show you guys what I do. Before we get in, we gotta get to business. I'm gonna check the blood sugar levels. We're gonna see where they are. And then good or bad, no matter what happens, we're gonna go through the rest of this workout. If I go low, I go low. You guys are gonna see me potentially go low and just keep training. You guys are gonna see how I manage the everyday, because not every day is gonna be a perfect day. 3.8, so as you guys can see, I'm trailing down. I actually have 10 to 15 units on board. Now, I'm not actually gonna give myself anything right away, because I wanna see what happens, just to prove a point with my strength training workouts. So we're actually gonna see what happens now when I start to do strength training. Can that help to buffer my lower blood sugar level? Plus, understanding the fact that muscle helps your body to store carbohydrates as glycogen. So if I can keep my intensity level up, I could probably spike this blood sugar level naturally to start to come up, even though I still have about 15 units of insulin on board from my previous meal. So we're gonna see what happens today. But just in case, because your boy likes to come prepared and always come prepared. I was gonna say I got glucose tablets, but I don't. So yikes. 3.8, no glucose tablets, yikes. Let's see what's up here. Oh no, we got to back up. We're good. Just some quick bicep curls. So for me, arm day, I even do this sometimes on days where it's not arm day, but just trying to warm up the biceps a little bit here, get them activated. I also do push-ups in between here as a superset. So I'm gonna go from bicep curls to a superset on push-ups. That's it, nothing crazy. Get a quick little pump. I've actually already did 2 of those. It is what it is. So we're just gonna dive into everything else we got to do today. Everything else. I like arm day though, because it's not as crazy. And just remember, no matter what you guys see me do, always do what works for you. If I'm taking 15 units of insulin and 35 units of insulin, I spent 26 years putting a lot of this stuff together. So whatever you guys see here today, just make sure you do what you feel comfortable doing and go at your own pace. I spent a lot of time learning the anatomy of the body and different details. Not that it's complicated. Anyone can do this, anyone can learn this, but I want you guys to do what you feel comfortable with and move the ball one step at a time. What I'm doing here is just what I do, because I've learned different details about the body and things that have worked well with my patterns that have helped me. So just remember that. Just because I'm doing it doesn't mean you have to do it. Just find what works for you. Yeah, so we're gonna fill up the EAAs first. Let's start everything with EAAs, baby. Let's get it going. So we're gonna fill that up, get that rolling. Telling you guys, EAA is super underrated. Essential amino acids, you're getting all 9 of the essential amino acids compared to a BCA only gives you 3. So don't miss out on that. I want to see you guys lose gains out here. We're just gonna hit some dumbbell curls now. You guys know me, I'm all about the volume. Get the reps up, get the reps up. So we're gonna crush it, we're gonna get the reps up. I'm gonna start with regular curls. We're gonna go into hammers before I rest. And again, because of where my blood sugar is, I know doing this is just gonna help to a little bit more adrenaline, spike the adrenaline a little bit more, spikes the blood sugar a little bit more, gonna pull me out of that low. So, whew, let's get this shit popping. Now my goal is I'm gonna be about 6 to 8 reps. So we got Whew. Holy. Just taking the 65s for a ride, but what I'm doing, I'm trying to go till failure. All my sets go till failure. This whole stopping one short doesn't make sense for muscle growth. Why? Because a lot of people don't know where their failure is. So keep pushing everything till failure. Screw it. That's how you're gonna build. So saw the superset there and talk a lot about volume for us. More mechanical stress on the muscles helps to trigger more pathways to build more muscle. So we're gonna do another superset. We did this. We did our regular curls. We did hammers. Now we're gonna do another superset. So just gonna hit this superset right here, because every bicep day for me is also a back day, because you're hitting both muscle groups. On biceps, if I'm pulling on a back, I'm also hitting biceps. So why am I gonna hit this once in a week? I'm gonna make sure anytime I'm hitting back, I'm hitting biceps. Anytime I'm hitting biceps, I'm hitting back. So failure, let's get it. Whew. Easy peasy, baby, let's go. Just gonna hit a superset on here too. Just something quick. That's one set. I told you guys I'm a weirdo like that. It is what it is. So you guys can see first workout done. Sweat my ass off, man. When my intensity goes up, I'm feeling it. I'm anticipating a little bit of a spike from the adrenaline from the workout I just did. Again, the more you increase that intensity, so for me, I'm doing bicep curls, I'm doing explosive motions on hammer curls, so my adrenaline is likely through the roof. Less rest in between. So let's see what it did. We're gonna see what it did. So 4.7, so you guys saw I had 15 units of insulin on board. I took this right after my exercise. I didn't wait so that the test itself is as consistent as possible. Right after the first workout, now I'm a 4.7. So if that's not showing you that resistance training helps to spike blood sugar, but in the presence as well of making sure that your nutrition is where it is. If someone doesn't eat carbohydrates and they're very low, you could wind up having a little bit more issues with low blood sugars because your reservoir is low. Your muscle building capacity is low. So, and the less muscle you have, the less storage you have for glucose to be stored as glycogen. So right now what's happening is my liver's releasing glycogen, but my muscle cells are also using some of that glycogen. So I'm not gonna use all of that that's being released right away because it can tap between that and whatever's been stored in my muscles. Also, I have EAAs, so I had a little bit of this as well just to help to balance things out, preserve whatever glucose is left in my muscle cells as well. So just little tricks. Ooh, look at this sweat. You guys see this sweat, man? Jeez. We out here, baby. All right, guys, so second workout, we're gonna keep the adrenaline going up with this one too. So I like to do preacher curls, really good. Just pumping up the biceps there with the preacher curls. My superset or my drop set superset is gonna be hammer curls again. Just gonna stay consistent with that. And then we'll probably end up just doing rows again, just as a superset. All right, now we're gonna go grab that dumbbells and do some hammer curls. And everything's still failure for me. Oh, shit's burning. That volume just takes it to a different level. So we're just gonna go in, just gonna hit some rows again. Just keep it simple. Ain't gotta be complicated. So cycle through like 3-4 of those. Just keep it pumping, guys. You gotta keep that momentum going. And you guys see the blood sugars. Blood sugars are super stable right now. A little bit of a spike, but that's what we want because we came in at a lower level. Feeling pretty leveled out now. Let's crush it. We're gonna hit bicep curls on here. My superset is gonna be back. So I'm gonna do a back row, but on a machine. And I'm just gonna go back and forth between this one and the row that we're gonna do there. When I end, we'll see. I might do some cardio, I might do some abs, but I might just save it for when I get home later. So we'll see what happens. And you guys know, since this is my last workout, we're gonna finish these EAAs. So after doing those preacher curl bicep curls, I'm gonna hit my superset on this one right here. Again, game plan is going to failure. With these machines, I like to make sure I get as much reach as possible because it stresses out the lats. That's just how I do it. So really want to stretch out your back muscle. If I'm too close, it's like your range of motion sucks, right? So for me, get the range of motion going so you can really get a stretch on the muscle, right? So from here, all right, so 3 rounds of that, and then I'll see you guys at the end. We're gonna test the blood sugar again, see where we're at. Workout's a wrap. Let's see where the blood sugar is post-workout now. I do feel it kind of dipping just a little bit, but you know, if you do different details, like even if someone did HIIT training, for example, they were sprinting, that could also boost it up. And I'm not telling you to work out with a low blood sugar. I just kind of was doing it just to show different details. Now, with 15 units of insulin on board, and I was already going low before my workout, and to be able to get through it, it's interesting. It kind of raises the question, even if I am dipping now, it would raise the question, okay, interesting. So resistance training does spike the blood sugar a little bit. So you guys can see here, we're at 3.7 post-workout. So technically we went up a little bit, we kind of stayed up, and with 15 units of insulin on board, it shows how that resistance training with the adrenaline was kind of keeping me elevated throughout the workout. You guys saw when I retested it, and that was the glucose dump that happened. And this is why people likely start going low, because they don't have as much glucose reserves. As someone who's my size and who does what I do, I have a little bit more glucose reserves as well. And what ends up happening with that scenario, my body can use whatever glucose is left over in my muscle cells and then use whatever my liver is releasing as extra. But if you have less muscle, you have less that your body can use for energy. And so if you go through that fast, you'll likely get a little bit of a dip and then boom, you're gonna go low because you don't have the storage capacity. That's why building muscle is important for a type 1 diabetic, more of a storage capacity, right? So I'm gonna go ahead, that's it for me. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna eat post-workout. So all I'm gonna do now is just have like a little bit of glucose tablets, and each one of these glucose tablets is gonna be about 4 grams of carbohydrates. So I'll have about 2 of those, should kind of level me right out after the workout, and I should be good to go. And again, my insulin sensitivity now is gonna be about a 1 to a 10 instead of a 1 to a 5. So we're gonna switch that out as well with the post-workout meal. And post-workout meal, wanna get that in as fast as possible after your workout. I'm gonna have about anywhere between about maybe 50 to 100 grams of carbohydrates and about 60 grams of protein with that. Just keep everything up because I want to restore those carbohydrates I broke down today. V, anything you want to, any words of wisdom? I'm
hungry.
She's hungry. All right, enough said. That's words of wisdom. I think that counts as well. You know, so.
Time for the post-workout meal.
Post-workout meal.
Let's go buy protein powder.
Protein powder it is. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. To the protein powder store we go. Post-workout meal is gonna be, but first let's test the blood sugar. So I had 2 glucose tablets after my workout because I was down below a 3.7. So I just wanna bump that up a little bit more. The lower you stay and for the longer you stay in that low, your body can release cortisol, more cortisol levels. More cortisol leads to more fat. And so we want to avoid that as well. So we're good 4.5 here. So not bad, just trending a little bit high. Again, 4.5 is around an 85 mgdl, I believe, give or take. So not too bad. Now I'm gonna show you guys what we're gonna eat post-workout to restore the carbohydrates, glycogen. Let's get it rolling. Hey Nova, you wanna say something to the camera? Are you trying to eat, trying to get your protein up today? Hey, there you go, buddy. Good job, sweetie. Good job, sweetie. That's Nova right there. I'm gonna bring her to the gym one of these days. Got her on that creatine diet. So what I'm gonna do next is I searched up how much carbohydrates are in a serving of yellow potatoes because that's what I'm gonna have for my carb. So we know I usually find Carb Manager works pretty good for me, but I'll just Google it and just kind of cross-reference it. So what I also did was I went to ChatGPT as well. So 100 gram weight is 19 grams of carbohydrates, and now ChatGPT is also telling me about 100 gram weight is 17 grams of carbohydrates. So very close. So we're just gonna go with that today, get our weigh in. So now what we're gonna do, we're just gonna weigh these potatoes. I could do 220 grams because I think that would be good for me. So we're at about 20 grams of carbohydrates with that. Pretty simple, 200. Just gonna take off a couple, just keep myself simple today. So we got about 200, about 220 there, that's fine. So for me, I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself for 40 grams of carbohydrates. That'll be 4 units I'm gonna give myself because I'm 1 to a 10 after my workout. So we're gonna have this. I'm also gonna mix this in with the salad, like that. And we also have chicken. So I've got my veggies here, my potatoes, and I've got a chicken that I'm gonna be putting here on the side. Okay, so boom. I also have Chick-fil-A sauce, so I might actually add some Chick-fil-A sauce to this as well. So an extra about 8 grams of carbohydrates for that. So altogether, we're gonna go 48 grams of carbohydrates. I'm gonna give myself 5 units for that at a 1 to 10. And this is how I'm gonna eat post-workout. Again, a little bit clean here, different than the Starbucks that you guys see me eat sometimes, but this is what I do about 70, 80% of the time. A lot of whole foods. Pasta's another good one too, but bottoms up, baby, let's get it.